Hello, grade 12. We're going to look at how to write an explanatory essay. It's unit 4, notorious jumping frog section. So an explanatory essay, or we call it informative essay, is a type of writing in which the author presents some point of view on a certain topic, event, or situation. This view does not necessarily have to be one that the writer agrees with, but it must have some research and logic to make it feasible. Explanatory essays show other people's views or give reports of a certain event or situation. These are common in majors like history or journalism, where students explore facts and real situations, giving unbiased explanations based on facts and evidence. Usually, as an author, you will decide upon a set topic. Then you will approach the issue from a specific angle. This angle is typically complicated, giving it room for discussion. At this point, you must present a point of view. So, point of view of your choice that sufficiently explains why a certain outcome was reached. A mistake that many writers make comes from the belief that they are defending one side of an argument in a debate or criticizing some perspective. A good explanatory essay introduction begins with an attention-grabbing sentence in the form of a quote, fact, statistic, or anecdote. This is then followed by a brief description of the topic and a thesis statement for the essay. So you choose a topic that you understand well. Although an explanatory essay might sound complicated, it's very basic in fact. You can explain almost anything as long as it falls within the parameters of your assignment. The following are just a few examples. Tell the reader why everybody should speak at least 2 languages. State why the government should not observe religious holidays. Discuss the gluten-free diet fad and whether it's necessary for most people. Explain how the electoral college system works and how show whether it's fair and effective or not. Describe the process you would follow when buying a new car. Show that the Equal Rights Amendment needs to be fully ratified and how it would benefit the United States. List the events that led up to World War I. Make an argument for what you think will be the next world superpower. Before getting into the writing process of an explanatory paper, you must not forget to do proper research and data collection. This essay relies heavily on solid research and data. Make sure to note down all the important information from your resources and use it as evidence in your essay. Remember, the point of view being presented must be a combination of personal ideas and external information. Only then your thoughts properly validated. So research your topic and find multiple sources that defend your thoughts. Pick a neutral topic which you would like to explain thoroughly. Find your sources. Look into online journals like Google Scholar or JSTOR, or find relevant books in your college library to use as primary sources. Prepare your research, write down relevant facts or quotes. Don't forget to keep track of the sources as you would have to cite them later. Organize your research into a paper outline with an introduction, 3 main body paragraphs, and the conclusion. Review material and begin writing. After collecting the required information, the next and most important step is to create an explanatory thesis. This statement lays down a concise version of your overall point of view about the topic. In other words, you're explaining what you will be showing to your audience. Remember, you're not arguing or criticizing, just merely stating facts. A good thesis statement fully encapsulates everything you will say in your essay. For example, Steven Spielberg's 1993 masterpiece Schindler's List provides a vivid and horrifying insight into concentration camps during World War II, while musing on the conflict of good and evil and showing how courage and selfless actions can have gigantic impact on the lives of helpless people. A bad thesis statement fails to present the topics of discussion of your essay as such. Spielberg's Schindler's List is a film about the Holocaust, depicting the experience of Oskar Schindler and how he saved thousands of people from a horrible fate. Note that the good thesis statement shows that the themes of discussion are not only the plot of the movie. There are themes of good and evil, courage and selflessness, and how one man can change the world. The bad thesis statement merely explains what happens in the movie. After both steps have been taken care of, it's time to define an explanation essay structure by creating an outline. So be careful that not to veer into the territory of other types of essays. It's best not to write a persuasive essay or process essay, even though you might be able to argue that both are technically explanations. Try to stay true to the explanatory style, which will demonstrate to your instructor that you fully understand the concept. While you should present evidence to back up your topic, your goal is not necessarily to sway the reader, affect the reader, but to make a solid case. Likewise, your description of a process should be less of a step-by-step instructional guide and more of a discussion. So you have to gather evidence to support your essay and use reliable sources. Write the body of your essay, minimum 5 paragraphs, introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and the conclusion. However, this doesn't mean all essays should only have 5 paragraphs. It's simply a starting point. If you begin to branch off to another idea while you are writing, go to a new paragraph, make a new paragraph, transition to a new one. Finish with your conclusion and introduction. You should end your essay on a strong note. Tie your ideas together with powerful summary statements in a memorable final paragraph, but you're not finished there. Copywriters know that the first words on a page are the most important. It's often a good idea to leave your introduction for the last. With the rest of your paper written, you will be able to draw the reader in with powerful language. So it should look like this: introduction, attention grabber, a hook, background information, presenting all sides of the argument, thesis statement. Your 3 paragraphs, body paragraphs, evidence, explain the evidence. Conclude each paragraph by solidifying your argument and explaining why it's important. Use the conclusion to flow into the next paragraph. And conclusion, restate the thesis statement. Sum up all the arguments and topic sentences of your essay. Wrap the essay with a conclusion and leave the audience with final impression. I'm going to show you sample essays. So for example, one topic can be how to get rid of hiccups. So this is a simple sample of essay. You can stop the video and read it. So it's like this person, whoever wrote this, did research online. You can read by stopping the video. So it says according to medical news today. So he or she put something scientific. And of course, the works cited at the end, you have to cite your work. So I'm going to stop this and show you another example, explanatory essay sample. With this one, it talks about the friendship. So you can stop the video and read it. See, this is how it should be organized. If you look at the writing samples that other people wrote properly, like professionally, you learn a lot about writing as well. So reading samples of writing is very important. That's why I'm always showing you samples. So it's called modeling. So that means you can create your essays according to these models. Okay, so this is the end of the lesson. I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.